Hi, Catherine Kyle here. Thank you so much for joining us. I want to show you today how I lost 56 pounds on the green smoothie diet, and I also want to take you through 6 simple steps to weight loss with delicious green smoothies. Are you ready? So, I would just love to know, have you ever made a green smoothie before? It doesn't matter either way because you're going to learn how to make a green smoothie today if you've never made one before. And tell me, are you currently trying to lose weight? Because if you are, you're in the right place. And I would love to know, are you happy with your results that you're currently getting? And if not, what is stopping you from getting the success that you want? And I was just wondering, does this sound like you? You have tried most diets on the market. You struggle to lose weight and keep it off. You really want to make healthy choices and lose weight at the same time. But the reality is, life gets in the way. And I know myself, I've been there. And here's some of my confessions. I love eating junk food, and this is not something that I'm supposed to say. As somebody who promotes health, I shouldn't love eating junk food. I should be disgusted by it. But I enjoy eating it. I have to admit, I do limit myself, but when I get started on junk food, I don't want to stop because it tastes so good. And that's what it's designed to do. It's designed to make people rich who sell the junk food. It's designed to have chemicals that trick your brain into thinking that you need more of this, you want more of it. So it's really just designed to make money. And we are designed to love junk food, unfortunately. And sometimes you do get to that stage where you've eaten healthy food long enough where you don't crave junk food anymore. But for most of us, unfortunately, we love junk food. And this is another one of my confessions. I treat myself for a hard week at work. So weekends, I can have a really healthy week, and then at weekends, it all seems to go wrong. And I just want to relax in the evening with my husband and just treat myself. He's treating himself. He's eating chocolate or a pizza or whatever, and I think, why should I continue to eat this healthy food? Why can't I have a treat? I want to have a treat as well. So that's just some of my kind of thinking and why I end up not sticking to a healthy diet all the time, because we can't be perfect all the time. We're all human, and I'm just as human as the next person. And here's another one of mine, that I'm so busy that my health can often take a back seat. Sometimes, ironically, I'm so busy helping other people to get healthy that I forget to be healthy myself. And this might involve diet or exercise or fresh air or just generally having a work-life balance. So I think that's so important for all of us. And I don't know about you, but I'm so tired of being on a permanent diet. I just don't want to have to say that I'm on a diet all the time. I'm currently trying this diet, and then I switch to a new diet, and then I'm trying a different diet. It's just one diet after the next. It's just all faddy, and I'm just really tired of all that kind of lifestyle. I've been there, spent most of my life doing that, and I don't want to do that anymore because I found a better way, and I'm sharing that with you today. So what about you? What are your struggles? So I just want to tell you a bit about what happened to me, a bit about my story and why I'm so passionate about what I do now. So when I got married, I'd been like I said, I was dieting all my life. I was always keeping myself slim through being on all these diets. And when I got married, I just got so sick of dieting all the time and following all these faddy diets. I just wanted to enjoy myself. I just wanted to eat what I wanted, when I wanted, relax. So I gave up dieting, and unfortunately, I ended up gaining 56 pounds. I ended up with debilitating health problems, and I was too sick to work that I had to quit my job because I ended up with chronic fatigue syndrome, and I could barely move. I couldn't even really do anything around the house, let alone go to work. I was in an awful state, and I didn't actually realise that eating what I wanted was the cause of it at the time. I just thought I just randomly got sick. So I went to the doctor, as most people would when they get sick, and they did loads of tests. They couldn't really work out what was wrong with me. They said, well, we've got chronic fatigue syndrome, but there's nothing really we can do to help you. All your other symptoms, all your chronic allergies, everything, your IBS, we have no idea what's causing it all. There's nothing really we can do. So I was determined that this wasn't going to be me for the rest of my life. I just couldn't imagine a life so miserable as the one I was leading. So I didn't really know much about health at the time, but I decided I was going to educate myself on health. I just had a feeling that I was not being healthy. I think we all kind of know deep down when we're not really being healthy. So I went to Amazon. I don't know why I chose Amazon, but I just thought I'd better start reading books. I just typed in healthy books, and whatever came up, whatever it recommended to me, I bought it or got it out of the library and I just read it. I read hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of healthy books all of the time. I just learned so much about what true health actually is and where I'd been going wrong and all the problems. And I started out following some of the advice in the book. So the first things that I did, which most healthy eating programs or most detoxes will have you do, is, and I totally agree with this, is to cut out dairy and gluten, because these are the foods that can clog our bodies up the most, can cause some of the most damaging health problems without even realizing it. And it's processed dairy that I'm talking about, the kind that you find in your local shops. So I cut out dairy and gluten, and I felt better immediately. So there's a photo of me just reading all the time. I still had lots of weight to lose at this point, but I just always had my head in a book, and managed to get out a bit more with my husband, managed to enjoy life a bit more. I was drinking water at this point. His is the Coke. But the thing I was struggling with was I knew what not to eat, but I didn't know what I could eat. So that was my main concern, because I usually ate a bowl of cereal for breakfast, as most people in the UK do. So no more cereal for me, because that contains gluten in the cereal and dairy in the milk. I couldn't have my sandwiches anymore because there's gluten in the bread. There's dairy in the butter or the margarine spread that I was using, which I don't advise anybody ever eat again. And there was dairy in the cheese that I was eating. I was eating lots of pasta with cheese, carbs and dairy. They were my favourite types of food, so it was really hard for me to think about cutting these out. So no more pasta either. So I was just really confused. What could I eat now that was really quick? Because I saw loads of kind of detox foods in these recipe books, and they just all sounded like they took forever to me, and I just really needed something quick. So especially what could I eat for breakfast and lunch, because I could find more kind of dinners that fitted in with the gluten-free, dairy-free lifestyle, but breakfast and lunches I just didn't know what to eat. So I knew I had to find a new way of eating completely. And I became obsessed with green smoothies. I found green smoothies in one of these books and tried it, and I just thought, this is my new food. This is my staple. This is my new cereal. This is my new sandwich. This is what I eat now. And I started drinking my green smoothies every day. I drank lots of them. Didn't drink them for every single meal, but we'll get to that later. I drank them a lot of the time for breakfast, a lot of the time for lunch, and I managed to lose 56 pounds, which I was absolutely blown away. And it took me about 6 months to lose the full 56 pounds. A lot of it fell off quite quickly in a few months, and then, as you might know, if you've got down to almost at your ideal weight, it takes a bit longer just to shift those last few stubborn pounds at the end. But I was actually at a slimmer weight than I'd ever been in my adult life. I was just as slim as I'd been as a teenager, and I'd never felt better. So the best thing was I completely recovered my health, because that's why I started my journey. It wasn't specifically to lose weight. I did want to lose weight, but it was more of a bonus because I needed to get my life back. I had to get my health back. So that's why I started off on this journey. And I did completely recover. And not only did I completely recover from absolutely everything, I felt better than I'd ever felt in my entire life. My chronic fatigue syndrome not only went, but I had so much energy. I was like running for an hour a day. Then I was doing a weight training session. I had never felt this good in my entire life. Now, I was drinking green smoothies for quite a long time, and they are an amazing food, and I recommend them to absolutely everybody. But for me, there was just a few small problems with green smoothies. The ones that I was making, they just didn't taste good. I was just throwing in everything under the sun, throwing in all these vegetables and avocado and spinach, and making a lot of savoury ones, and they just, sometimes I tried fruit and they just didn't taste right. They all tasted horrible, but I forced them down. It wasn't a very enjoyable 6 months, to be honest with you. I just did it for health reasons, but at least they were quick. Another problem was they just didn't fill me up. So I was drinking loads of green smoothies all day long. I just had like a massive big batch of these green smoothies I would make, and I would just be drinking it all day long. I was eating loads of fruit, and it just never really filled me up properly. I was always kind of feeling a bit kind of light and empty, and thinking, oh, when's my next meal coming, or when am I next going to eat? Food was on my mind 24/7 really. And then I was fortunate enough to conceive and have a baby, and that's another thing that I was struggling to conceive before, and then I managed to conceive straight away after I had had a good detox with these green smoothies, and I had a baby. And the problem was, after I had a baby, was I had no time to eat. My little girl just cried all the time. She was very, very demanding. She still kind of is at 4 years old, and she didn't let me eat my meals. I used to eat a green smoothie for breakfast. When I was pregnant, I had one green smoothie and a bowl of porridge, like oatmeal, for breakfast, because, like I said, the green smoothies weren't filling me up, so I also had a bowl of oatmeal just to fill me up when I was pregnant. And the green smoothies weren't filling me up, and the oatmeal, I just never got time to eat it because that was a sit-down meal, and my baby was just crying all the time. So I ended up eating chocolate bars, which wasn't the best thing to do, but I don't know whether you've ever been in this position when you're so sleep deprived because your baby's or whatever is keeping you up all night long, and you are not thinking straight. You just need a quick energy fix, something to give you some calories, give you some energy, and chocolate bars, unfortunately, for a lot of us, is the quick fix that a lot of us turn to when we're in that position. And that's what I'm hoping to help you to change. If you're stuck in that position today where you're eating those quick fix foods just for a quick burst of energy, then this is what I want to help you with. So I was eating all this chocolate. I was absolutely exhausted. And there's me with my little baby, Luana, and she was just clinging to me 24/7. Didn't really have any parenting strategy at that time. I was just my first baby, just my baby's crying, I just need to hold her all the time, and I don't get to eat. So I was hungry, exhausted, just shoveling all this chocolate bars down all the time. My face was just breaking out in spots. And I didn't know how to make time for my own health because she just demanded all my time. The green smoothies weren't filling me up. And then I just had a light bulb moment. I added my porridge into my green smoothie, which might sound a bit disgusting, but if you have tried a green thickie, it is absolutely gorgeous. So the result is a green thickie. The green thickie was born. So this is a filling meal replacement green smoothie. Now, there are 6 ingredients in a green thickie, and this is how it makes it different from a typical green smoothie. So a typical green smoothie contains leafy greens, fruit, and a liquid. And a green thickie contains 2 or 3 extra ingredients that turn it into a complete meal. And these do various things, like it completely fills you up, it keeps you going, it's a complete balanced meal, it's got everything you need, and it kind of gets rid of that light feeling in your stomach that you haven't had enough to eat. When you've had a green thickie, you feel like, yes, I've had a proper meal now. I can forget about food until my next meal because I've got everything I need. My body is satisfied. And I think protein was a big thing that was missing. So one of the important ingredients is protein. So green thickies contain nuts or seeds, or there are other options as well to add more protein to your green thickies. And it contains a healthy filler. And now a filler is a natural ingredient that, such as a avocado, some fruit, or a cooked sweet potato. In fact, there's actually 20 fillers that you can choose from, but they're just 3 of the options. And the filler is basically, it's a healthy food, but it's got calories in it, so it fills you up, it keeps you going until your next meal. Because sometimes when you just eat fruits such as berries and then some leafy greens, there's actually so few calories in that green smoothie that it's not going to fill you up at all. You couldn't really consider it to be a meal at all. It's just more of a snack. So this is a complete meal. And then depending on what fruit you've used, you might want to add some healthy sweetener in it as well. So they're the 6 ingredients in a green thickie. Now there are 10 benefits of a green thickie. There's actually more, but these are the 10 I want to share with you today. So these are the reasons why I am so passionate about green thickies and why I started my blog, my website, and I wanted to share green thickies with the world, because they absolutely changed my life and I know they can change yours as well. So these are the reasons why I love green thickies, is that they save so much time preparing your meals, which is so important if you're busy. Like, I've never stopped being busy really, whether you're working or you've got kids or whatever it is that you're doing. Most people are so busy that they just don't have time to prepare meals, and these are the people that I love to work with and help, because I know what it's like when you're so busy that you really want to change and you really want to get healthy, you want to lose weight, but you just don't have the time to do it. And there is a way. There is a way to have everything, and I'm going to show you how. So they save time preparing meals, because you can, if you drink your green thickies for breakfast and lunch, you can literally take 2 minutes in the evening to prepare your green thickies for the next day, prepare a batch, and then they're already raring to go. So you don't need to take any time at all in the kitchen. And then you make sure that you get at least 1 healthy meal a day. So even if your dinner isn't ideal, at least if you start your day off in the right way, then you've got some nutrients into your body, and your body will really thank you even for replacing 1 meal a day with a green thickie. And it also saves time eating your meal. There are so many people that I speak to who, they go to work and they don't actually get a lunch break, or they're kind of commuting from meeting to meeting and they don't have time to eat a lunch. So they might find themselves in a drive-through, if they've even got time to get to the drive-through. If they haven't, they fill up on coffee and chocolate and bagels and that kind of thing. And it actually saves you so much time eating your meal, because you just take it with you and you just drink as you go, which enables you to multitask. And like, I often carry on working while I'm drinking my green thickie. And when I had my baby, this is the main reason I invented it. Like I said, she was so demanding that I could just put my green thickie on the side. I would be holding my baby, I could take a sip, put it back down again, attend to her, whatever she needed, take another sip, and I didn't need to, sit her down in a chair while I ate a big full meal while she was crying her eyes out. So it just enabled me to multitask and get other things done, which in an ideal world, we would all sit down with our families at the dinner table and eat a healthy meal together, which we do on a Saturday and a Sunday, but during the week, often we're very busy. So multitasking is the way in this modern society to get everything, really, get your healthy diet and continue what you need to do as well. And then also the reason why they're so good is you can sneak all the healthy stuff in, the stuff that you don't really want to eat, the stuff you don't have time to eat. Who's really going to sit down and eat a bag of seeds or a bag of nuts or a salad or some spinach, or even peel and chop all this fruit? We don't really have time to do all that stuff. So if you just throw it all in the blender and drink it, it is such a good way to get all the healthy stuff in your body that you realistically, you're not going to eat anyway. It is a really easy way to get your greens. We are all lacking in leafy greens, and we are supposed to eat 4 to 6 cups every week as at a minimum, and most people get absolutely none in their diet, which is bad really, because they contain so many nutrients and so many things that you can't get from anything else. So many people say that when they start adding greens to their smoothies, they notice the difference immediately, that it's the leafy greens that contains all the nutrients that nothing else contains that they're really missing out on. So it's such a good way to get your greens. You just drink them, you can't even taste them, and you don't have to sit there chewing through all this salad. And another good thing is you can prepare these in advance. So what I usually do, because my mornings are very busy, my kids wake up, they're very hungry, they want their food straight away, and it can be like 2 hours before I've even got a chance to think about sorting myself out. So preparing these advance, this is what I have done since the day I invented these green thickies, is in the evening I prepare the batch of green thickies for the next day, I put it in the fridge. Yes, some of the nutrients do evaporate, but most of them are still there, and it is still so much healthier than the alternative, which is whatever it was that you were eating before. So for the sake of healthy living, I do prepare them, and for the sake of convenience, I prepare them in advance. I put them in the glass or the container that I just want to drink them straight from, cover them up, and in the morning I just grab them and go. I don't even have to think about it. It's just there. My food is straight there. Thing is, they taste amazing. If you follow the correct recipe, then you will find a recipe that you absolutely love, and it'll become your staple, and you will just make it every day. Sometimes when you try and experiment too much, you can end up with more disgusting smoothies than you wanted, which is why I made it my mission to experiment and create all these lovely tasting smoothies and do all the hard work, so you didn't have to waste all your ingredients. And another thing is they give you sustained natural energy. So it's quite funny really that sometimes, like, if you have a cup of coffee and then you're like, oh, that's perked me up a bit, and it kind of jolts you and makes you feel a bit kind of juddery, and well, it does for me anyway. It doesn't kind of feel right. It just kind of feels like an unnatural jolt of energy. But with green smoothies, when you start drinking them, it's almost like you just feel right, and you just feel like, yes, this is the way I was supposed to feel. I just feel good. I feel energetic, and you don't realise that you just kind of feel so kind of natural, and natural energy that just kind of lasts all day, that you don't even notice it sometimes. And then when you stop drinking them, you feel exhausted, and you're like, wow, they did actually give me so much energy, but I just felt so kind of good and normal that I didn't even recognize it at the time. So they just give you this constant energy all the way through the day. You just feel kind of right. And finally, they really help you to lose weight, because for all these reasons, they make weight loss really, really simple. And we'll get into that a bit more later on. I started to drink these green thickies when I first had my baby, and here are the results. I ended up losing all my baby weight in just a few months. So I pretty much piled on all of the weight that I had lost previously. And after I gave birth, I had all this weight on, and I just thought, oh no, not again. I'm going to have to go through all this again. And it didn't take very long of drinking the green thickies before I was back to my ideal weight yet again. And it was so much easier this time. This is why I know I can help you to get the results that you want, because I've been there multiple times. The same happened again with my second baby, and it's just kind of, I know what to do now. I've done this 3 times now, so I know that this gets the results for me, and I get so many testimonials from other people every single day that I know this works for almost everybody that does it. We're going to get into more of the meat of what I'm going to teach you today. So this is the 6-step plan to weight loss with green smoothies. So this is what I will be sharing with you today. I'm going to share why green smoothies are great for weight loss, how to make a green smoothie, then how to make a complete meal green smoothie, which is of course my green thickies, and I'm going to share the truth about calorie counting, and do you actually need to calorie count, and 3 reasons why popular diets are failing you, and I'm going to share more about what to eat for all your meals for success. So just a word of caution, green smoothies don't work in isolation. They need to be as part of a complete system, and I'll tell you more about that later, but you can't just drink green smoothies for every single meal forever. You can do it for a while for a detox, and your body will really thank you for that, but after a while you need to start eating some different kind of dinners to get a few more different types of nutrients into your body. So that's why They need to work as part of a system. And if you only kind of drink one green smoothie for breakfast in the morning and then eat whatever you like for the rest of the day, you still might not lose weight. You might even start gaining weight depending on what you're eating. If you're still eating kind of junk food, or even if you're eating healthy food, sometimes you don't recognise that you're eating more calories than your body needs. So just letting you know that it's not all about green smoothies are a massive piece of the puzzle, but they're not everything. So this is how you lose weight with green smoothies. So here's what you're going to learn today. Why green smoothies are great for weight loss. How to make a green smoothie. How to make a green thickie. Do calories actually matter? Dispelling some popular diet myths. How green smoothies fit into a complete weight loss system. And I just really want to encourage you that you can do this, that this is your time. You are here now, and I really believe that you are going to have such massive success with your weight loss and your health, and they're both important for good health. So I just want to really encourage you that you may have tried lots of different diets in the past, and we'll get to that a bit more in the future, in a little while. But I just want to encourage you so much that we are all here to support you, and you are going to do this. This is your time to succeed. So I just want to share a couple of testimonials that we had last month. We had 150 testers testing the green smoothie diet, and I just wanted to share some of the results that they've had. So Andrea says that even despite some sugary things in her diet, she took her measurements and she was down 9.5 inches, which is in a month, which is absolutely amazing. So she did so well. I was so proud of her. And Valerie actually started to do the green smoothie diet because she had a skin rash that wouldn't clear up. And this is something I also suffered from. When I said I had debilitating health problems, I had so many things, I couldn't even remember them all. I think I went to the doctor with a list of like 50 different health problems, and one of mine was skin rashes and like eczema and all these kind of blotches all over my face, and my skin was swelling up, my eyelids were swelling up so badly I could barely even see. It was just horrible. And a lot of the times it's about dairy and it's about lack of nutrients. And Valerie came in and did the green smoothie diet, and she managed to, as you can see from the before and after photos, her skin rash is almost completely gone in a month, and that's just amazing. And a side benefit was that she also lost weight, and a weight that she'd been stuck at for a long time. So she had massive success, and I was so happy. And we just had so many similar types of results to these. So many people losing weight, so many people improving their health, getting more energy, feeling amazing. I was just really blown away by all the results we had. So if you can imagine the feeling that, kind of waking up with all this energy and ready to start the day, and you just can't wait to spring out of bed, and you feel completely clear-headed, like you just, all that kind of brain fog is gone, that you've got all this clarity, that you know what you want to do, when you want to do it, and you've got energy to work out. You just, all your kind of general health problems are all fading away. You're getting healthier and healthier. You're feeling really positive. You're looking in the mirror, and your body's just getting slimmer and slimmer and slimmer. And these are the results that I really want for you. So where do we start? I just want to share 7 reasons why green smoothies are so good for losing weight and for detoxing your body, which weight loss and detoxing can go hand in hand when you are talking about healthy weight loss. When you're just talking about kind of counting calories with unhealthy kind of diets, then it doesn't necessarily detox your body. Actually, it makes them worse, and we'll get more into that later. But when you are losing weight in a healthy way, eating healthy food, this also detoxes the body at the same time. And when you detox it, more of the stubborn weight falls off, so it's even more effective to detox at the same time as you're losing weight. So these are the reasons why green smoothies are so good for you when it comes to weight loss. So green smoothies provide a completely balanced, healthy meal, which, as I said, it's very important for your body to lose weight, is that it gets all the nutrients that it wants. Because if you deprive your body of nutrients, even though you might be having too many calories, it will still keep telling your body that you're hungry. So unless you feed it all those nutrients, then you will still keep needing to eat more and more food, and you'll probably keep eating junk food. So eating a balanced, healthy meal is so important. And number two, the chlorophyll in the greens really helps to balance the system. So greens just kind of give you this really balanced feeling. There's just nothing that really replaces greens in the diet that gives you this kind of feeling. And when you stop eating greens, you really notice you don't have that balanced kind of feeling anymore. And the chlorophyll can also encourage the toxins that you've been storing to finally be released. So sometimes this comes off straight away and you have this massive big weight loss overnight, and sometimes it can take a couple of weeks, and then it just all seems to just shift at once. But for me, when I started, I lost 7 pounds in my first week, and then and then I lost weight around about 2 pounds a week after that, which is quite a healthy way to lose weight. You don't really want to be dropping weight too quickly, because that can be unhealthy as well. So also the high level of fibre from the greens really helps to keep you going and helps you to feel really full. If you don't have any fibre in your diet, you'll always have this kind of empty feeling, and you'll always feel like you need to eat more. If you just kind of eat white bread all the time, or cakes, they don't really have a lot of fibre in them, and you can just keep on eating and eating and eating, and even though you've got all these calories, they just don't fill you up at all. So that's why fibre is so important, and kind of the right healthy type of fibre. Some types of fibre are not as good for your system, but the type that comes from leafy greens are amazing for your system. And the great thing about leafy greens, and especially spinach, is spinach only actually contains 7 calories per cup, which is amazing. So it doesn't really contribute to your calorie count at all, but it really helps to make you feel really full. So that's the amazing thing about leafy greens, and that's why they really help with weight loss, is because they keep you full, but they don't pile on the calories as well. And the fibre in the greens also sweeps your colon of toxins, so it gives your colon a cleanse, which you really need to lose weight and detox, because your colon can get so clogged up with junk that this is what stops your body from working properly, and that's why you start having all these health problems. So it doesn't matter what health problems you've got, as soon as you've cleared that colon, they will all start to get better, because your body can now be free to work as it's supposed to work. So sweeping the colon naturally is a really good way to do this, and eating leafy greens does this naturally without any real discomfort for you. And the best part about detoxing green smoothies is that you don't have to chew them or taste them. So you're going to be able to make this a healthy habit that is going to stick in your lifestyle, and you're going to find it so easy that you will be able to keep going with it, which is a big part of the battle when it comes to weight loss and healthy weight loss, is finding something that you're going to keep doing all the time, and it's not too difficult, that you will be able to make it a habit. And the great thing is that there are no complicated recipes to make. You don't have to sit there chopping and cooking and wait until this finishes that time and this time, and you just shove it all in the blender at the same time, 2 minutes, either drink it or put it in the fridge, and then that's it, it's done. It's just so easy. I would love to know, how many servings or cups of leafy greens do you typically get in your diet every week? And most people will probably answer none. So you will get a massive benefit when you start to include leafy greens in your diet. Now I'm just going to show you how to make a green smoothie now. So here are a few tips to making green smoothies. Like I said, you just throw everything in your blender, but there are a few things that will help this to you to do this more easily. So following a recipe is a great way to ensure that you don't waste your ingredients, that your first smoothie doesn't taste disgusting, that it doesn't put you off for life. So I would choose a recipe that says it tastes nice, and follow that. And I'm going to give you one in a minute, so you don't have to worry. And if you want to try and make your own, you need to make sure that you've added about 60% fruit and 40% greens to your smoothie so that you can't taste the greens. That adding more fruit than greens means that it tastes sweet and delicious. So that's the secret. And then what you need to do is add the liquid to your blender and the greens at the same time. And then blend these just until the greens are absorbed into the water, so just a couple of seconds. And the reason why we do this is because greens are massive in volume, so they take up a lot of space. And if you add them in at the last minute, they probably won't blend. So it's better to add them first, get them absorbed into the water, then add the rest of your ingredients, and it will blend properly. So greens first with the liquid. Then add the rest of the ingredients, and adding in any frozen fruit or ice cubes at the last minute, and blend until smooth, and then you can either drink it straight away or you can store it in the fridge or even in the freezer. Now here is a green smoothie recipe. Here's a green smoothie detox recipe that is going to give your body a really good detox. All of these ingredients have been chosen for their detox and weight loss properties. So you just put them all into your blender. So you've got 1 cup of spinach, 1 cup of almond milk, or dairy-free milk. Make sure it's dairy-free because you want to try and avoid dairy and give your body a break and see how different you feel. Then you can add it in again and see if you notice any symptoms from adding the dairy back in again. Add in a little bit of cucumber that you won't be able to taste, some lemon juice, and then we get to the fruit. So we want to add in either 1 banana or 1 mango, and 2 tablespoons of flax seeds, which are amazing for detoxing the body and clearing out the system, or any other nuts and seeds. And then finally 1 cup of ice if you want to cool it down. And then add the spinach and the almond milk in together, blend it for a few seconds, add the rest of the ingredients and blend until it's smooth. And that's all there is to it. It's really, really fast. So once you've experimented and you've made your first green smoothie, now here is the next step in the process, is to turn that green smoothie into a complete meal. And that complete meal is called green thickie. So these are the things that you need to add to your green smoothie recipe to make it into a green thickie. You need to add some protein, you need to add a filler, and thirdly, you also need to make sure it contains enough calories. Now, this might sound counterintuitive if you are focusing on weight loss, but remember that we do need to eat a certain amount of calories per day or we die, basically. So we need to or we become very, very ill. So you need to eat enough calories, but not too many. The problem is with typical green smoothies is they can be very, very low in calories. So if you're trying to replace a meal with a normal green smoothie that just contains fruit and leafy greens, really it's just like having a piece of fruit. And that is not going to be enough to sustain your body, to give you enough energy, to keep you going, to avoid those hunger pangs until your next meal. So that's why I really encourage you to add in the protein, which is going to make you feel satisfied and full up. Add in the filler that's going to give you enough calories that you're not going to worry about food, you're not going to think about food, it's not going to be on your mind all the time. Oh, I'm hungry, I'm so hungry, I'm so hungry. Because that's a miserable life and nobody wants that. There is a way to lose weight and still not have to deprive yourself. You can feel nice and full and still lose weight, and this is the way to do it with green thickies. So here is a basic green thickie recipe. Now this is to be used as a base that you can experiment with, or you can try some of my other recipes, but this is a recipe to start with to make your first green thickie. So what you need to do is add either 2 cups of water or 2 cups of dairy-free milk if you want it to be a bit more creamy. Then you add 2 cups of spinach or chard. They are the mildest greens that you can use. These are the ones that you won't be able to taste the greens at all. If you add other greens such as kale, you might be able to taste them. So I wouldn't recommend starting off with kale. I'd recommend starting off with spinach or chard. Then add in your filler. So I would suggest either 1 cup of oats or 1 avocado or 1 cooked sweet potato, or you can go to greenthickies.com/fillers, and that will give you the full 20 fillers that you can choose from. Then add in your protein. So in this case, 1/4 cup of sunflower seeds or any other raw nuts or seeds. And then you can add in 1/4 cup of dates. These are to give it a bit of extra sweetness. If you are the type of person who you don't have a sweet tooth, you prefer your smoothies not so sweet, then I would just leave that out to start with, see how it tastes, and if you want to, you can add them in at the end if you feel it needs it. But I've got a very sweet tooth, and adding in these healthy ingredients satisfies my sweet tooth, and I don't need to snack on unhealthy sweet stuff. So dates are so good for you. They are so full of nutrients and fibre. So these are a really healthy way to curb that sweet tooth, but also eat really nutritious food. So 1/4 cup of dates, and 2 medium bananas, or 2 to 4 cups of any other fruit that you choose. And this makes a quantity of 2 servings. So this will make 2 meals. So you can either have 1 for breakfast, 1 for lunch, or 1 for breakfast one day and 1 for breakfast the second day, or you can share it with a friend or a partner. Whatever you want to do. So it's 2 servings, and it does vary. It makes approximately 2 to 3 cups per serving. And it does vary a lot depending on things like how which fillers you use, how big your fruit are, what type of blender you use, how long you blend for. All these things do make a difference to the quantity. So the quantity does vary, but you can always just pour it into as number of glasses as you want. It will probably make 1 really big, large glass with maybe a bit left over. That's what usually happens for me. But these are all calorie counted, so whatever it's made 2 servings, split it into 2 and drink half of it for 1 meal. Or if you like snacks, split it into 4 and have 4 small meals throughout the morning and the afternoon. So that's what I recommend. So, and you blend it in exactly the same way as the green smoothie. You add the spinach and the liquid first, blend for a few seconds, add the rest of the ingredient and blend until smooth. And then cool it down in the fridge, or by adding in some ice at the end, whatever you want. So moving on to the next topic is, we're going to talk about calories. So I want you to take a guess. Do you think calories matter when it comes to weight loss? And here's the truth about calories. Yes, they do. They matter a lot. The thing I hear often is when people try and get healthy, they find some kind of healthy diet, which is great. They start eating loads of fruit and vegetables and kind of natural ingredients, which is really, really good for them, and I'm not knocking that at all. And they eat all this food, and then the person who's recommended it says to them, you can eat as much as you want of this food because it's so healthy, it's so good for you, and your body will naturally tell you when to stop. Your body's natural instinct will kick in, and you will know that you've had enough. You'll stop eating, and then you'll get hungry when you're hungry, and then it'll be time to eat more, and your body will reach its natural weight as it should do, and you don't have to worry about calories at all. You can just eat whatever you like of this healthy food, which for some people that does happen. I'm not saying it doesn't, but it doesn't happen for me, and it doesn't happen for a lot of people that have tried it. So the reason is because if you're used to eating more unhealthy foods, your body takes a very long time to get to that natural kind of stage where it's recognizing when it's full. And sometimes it actually never happens, just because your mind is so used to, keep on eating, even if you're full. I mean, that's what I'm like. I think I kind of program my mind so much that, I just kind of sit there stuffing my face with all this chocolates or whatever it is, and pasta and biscuits and cookies, and I think I can do the same with healthy food. I can just my body just doesn't seem to tell me when I've had enough. I could just keep, especially kind of like healthy treats, like homemade cookies with all healthy ingredients, those kind of things that are meant to mimic unhealthy ingredients, they are better for you, but it's just as easy to overeat on them than any other thing. So yes, people can actually continue to gain weight even though they're eating healthy ingredients. So yes, calories do matter, because if you're eating more calories than you're burning off, then you will gain weight. It's scientific, and your body will always work that way. So to lose weight, you do have to eat less calories than you burn off, regardless of the type of food that you eat. So yes, they matter. And number 2, here is the truth, that foods that are low in calories do not equal a healthy food. So just because something is low in calories does not mean in the slightest that it's healthy. In fact, it's more likely that it's unhealthy. Like if you go into the store and you see all these packaged foods and they say on the front, low in calories, low in calories, low in calories, some people think that means, oh, healthy, 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 I'll just grab that and I'll feel, this is what I need for my body to be healthy. But the truth is the complete opposite, that these are very, very unhealthy for you. And it's very, very important that you get the healthy food that you need, that your body needs. It's not all about calories. Just because something is low in calories does not mean that it's something that you should be eating, because it could be something that's not designed for your body to eat. It's something that is going to harm your body. So there are foods that are good for you that are low in calories, like I said before. Spinach is very low in calories, and this is actually good for you, but you do have to choose the healthy food first and then limit the calories second. Don't do it the other way around. Don't choose the low calorie food first and then worry about whether it's healthy second. You need to choose your healthy food at the start. So health comes first. Health always comes before calories. But saying that, calories are only half of the solution. So you have to focus on both equally. You have to focus on health and also on calories. Health first, then limit that healthy food in terms of the number of calories that you're eating. So it's all about portion size, really. It's just about eating the right food, but limiting the portion size. It's not about just straightforwardly counting calories. And here's 3 reasons why some popular diets are failing you. So if you've tried popular diets in the past, these are the things that can be happening to your body. And these are the things that actually happened to me, is they can make you sick. I got really sick. I did a popular diet before I got married. And on my honeymoon, I lost the weight. Yes, it did work. I restricted my calories, like I was saying, focused on calories first, and I lost the weight. And then on my honeymoon, I was really, really sick. I ended up in hospital. And I really believe it was because I was eating so much junk food. Even though it was low in calories, it was complete and utter junk food for my body. My body just did not like it at all. Many of these packaged products that say low fat and low sugar and low this and low that on the package, they often, in fact almost all of the time, contain nasty, toxic additives and fillers that are going to make your body sick. If not now, they will do in the future. So I would really strongly suggest that you don't ever buy any of these again, because they are not good for you and it does not do you any good whatsoever. They're really, really bad for you. So just completely cut those out. Anything low fat, low calories, low sugar, anything low that's on packaging, avoid it. The reason why they've got marketing is because they're trying to make money. The things that you want to be eating don't have all these health claims on them. You buy some bananas, some sunflower seeds, some spinach. They don't have anything written on them. There's no claims being made. And that's because nobody can make money from, well, they can make money, but not so much money. There's not like a massive markup as there is with these kind of packaged foods. So it's all just marketing. Just don't believe them. It's all hype. It's not true. But yes, it might be true. It's low in fat, it's low in sugar, but it's certainly not healthy. It's really, really bad for you. So number 2, they can cause food cravings and leave you feeling really, really deprived and in need of some real food, because a lot of them just contain like lots of sugar and loads of really unhealthy sweeteners in them, and this just makes your body just crave even more sugar and just want to eat even more. So even though you're trying to lose weight, you're just hungrier than normal. You've got more cravings than you normally have, and it's really, really hard to stick to these kind of diets. And so you might end up kind of eating more. But then this is what a lot of these people want, is that they want you to fail. Well, they don't really want you to fail, but the first and foremost, they want to make profit. So if you continue to buy these packaged diet foods all the time, they continue to make the profit. If you kind of lost all the weight really quickly and were really successful, you would stop buying the diet products and they wouldn't make the money anymore. So adding in these kind of sugars and things, it doesn't really harm their profits, because they know that you're going to keep buying them, because you're going to keep on overeating and you're not going to be able to stick to these healthy diets. So it's quite impossible to stay on these kind of faddy diets for a long period of time, because they're kind of designed to not give you success. And another problem with, I mean, I could probably write a book about why you shouldn't be eating these kind of diet products and sticking to these fatty diets, because but these, I have to limit it to 3, but they're actually very unrealistic for everyday life, because you can't share your meals with your friends and family, because like, for example, would you give your kids a yogurt or a milkshake that said low fat, low calories, low sugar on it? Most people probably wouldn't, because one, the kids they're not trying to deprive the kids, they're not trying to put the kids on a diet, most people, and they kind of want to get some kind of healthy food into the kids. I think most people really know that these packaged foods are not healthy deep down, but you just kind of get convinced by the marketing. And you think, well, it's fine for me, but not fine for my kids. So you really want to be kind of eating the same foods as your kids, otherwise it's going to make it really difficult. So it's much better for everybody to eat healthy food together, and just limit your portion sizes, and they can have more, and they can have extra portions if they're hungry. So this is why I designed the Leaf System. Now, the Leaf System is a complete meal plan for all of your meals. They are all calorie counted by us, so that you don't have to calorie count. So we have taken calories into the equation, but you don't have to worry about them, because all you need to do is make the meals. You don't have to do any calculations yourself. And they are all quick, easy, delicious meals, including an abundance of green thickies and also leafy greens in many other types of the meals. So the Leaf System benefits are the meals are all balanced, they're all calorie counted, so you don't have to. The ingredients are all everyday ingredients that can be bought locally, so you won't get any weird and wonderful diet foods or this weird superfood here or there. They can all be bought at your local store, because everything that you need for good health you can buy locally. And it focuses on an abundance of leafy greens to get them everything you need for your leafy green requirement, and the recipe is all very quick and delicious. So this is a diet for life. This is not a faddy diet. This is a way of eating forever. I think when you actually try it, you will you'll enjoy the meals so much that you will want to continue with this. This won't be a chore. This won't be hard work. It'll be quick and easy. It'll be easy to fit this in with your everyday life and make meals that your whole family can enjoy. So this is a way of eating that and yes, you can have treats. There are treats built into the system. 2 days a week you can eat snacks of what you want. So you don't have to feel deprived on the system. But everything is designed to give you an abundance of nutrients and detox your body, but in an enjoyable and easy, quick way. So I really, really hope that you enjoy the Leaf System as much as we have been. This is an example of a meal plan. There's 2 of these every month, so one is a meat-based, one is a veggie-based, and you can just pick and choose any of the breakfasts, any of the lunches, any of the dinners. You can even have breakfast for all your meals, lunch for all your meals, dinner for all your meals. Just mix and match however you want. They're all designed to be completely mix and match. And here's an example of the way that the recipes are laid out. So it tells you how many people it serves, how many calories, and how many portions of leafy greens, although you don't need to worry about that because we've done all the hard work for you. So I just want to thank you so much for watching, and I really hope this has helped you, and we wish you every success in the future. Thank you so much.